Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, as I mentioned before, I'm going to showcase how to validate a B2B service related idea leveraging a Facebook ads tool. So if you have not seen my previous video, please click the link mentioned below, so where I demonstrated how to validate a B2B services related idea leveraging Google ads tool. Now, both of these tools are not meant for doing any sort of market validation. However, like I mentioned before, we are using it, we are tricking it a bit to our own advantage to do market validation. Alright, so before we jump into the Facebook ads tool, I would like to provide you some sort of highlight that what exactly we are going to do. So we are going to do a couple of things. The first thing is we are going to set up the lead generation tool in such a way that your targeted audience will provide you their first name, last name, and email address for in exchange of free download. Now that free download can be anything. I would suggest that it can be a very small ebook for around 20 to 25 pages, and in our scenario we can have ebook like how to effectively transfer freight from overseas into United States or something like that, right? Which appeals your targeted audience. And the second thing is we have to find out audience very clearly, right? When I say very clearly, it should be laser targeted. Alright, now let me clarify one more thing. When I say we are going to capture their first name, last name and email address, our objective here is not to capture the lead, rather our objective is basically find out how many people out of targeted audience is interested in these sort of services, right? So for example, let's say we target 100,000 people, and out of that 10% of those targeted audience actually provides you lead in exchange of ebook. That means that the 10% of people are actually interested in your service, right? So that is what we are trying to find out. So I hope you understand this purpose very clearly, that our objective is to basically get the conversion rate rather than our interest in actual leads, right? So please keep that in mind. We are not using that data in any means for now. We are just getting data.
All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the tool called business.facebook.com. As you can see in my browser, we are basically creating our campaign in two parts. Number one is the create audience, which is very important, like I mentioned before. And the part number two, we are going to create the actual campaign. So once you go to business.facebook.com, you will see the pop-up like this. And what you have to do is you have to click on the audiences, right? So once you create the audiences tab, you will see all the audience that are already created, and then there is a button to create the audience. All right, so here you go. So this is a button to create the audience. Now you can create a different type of audiences like custom audience, lookalike audience, specialized audience, and saved audience. If you don't know about all this audience, or you don't know anything about any audience, that's fine. Like I mentioned before, I'm coming up with a very detailed video about Facebook and Google audiences. So ignore them for now. All you have to do is hit the saved audience. And once you hit the save audience, you will see a screen like this. Now in this screen, I have pre-filled some of the items just to save the time. But what I'm going to do is basically I've tried to fill all the fields. Now some of the fields are self-explanatory. For example, the audience name, right? So I have just given the name is demo freight forwarding. I am obviously targeting in United States, so I have chosen country as United States. The age, now my targeted audience, people who are actually interested in freight forwarding service, can be anyone. But usually, based on my experience, people between 24 to 59 years of age generally reacts well in this type of ad. So I have actually rather selected age between 24 years to 59 years. I have selected English, US and UK, because my ad is going to be in English. Now after that, the most important field over here is detail targeting. Now in detail targeting, typically it gives you how you target your audience, right? So it gives you capability, how you target your audience basically. Uh, so basically, I have already selected people with who have job title import export specialist, people who have importer and exporter as job titles. Now you can also select the additional interest. So people with additional interest in this case would be people who want to who are actually interested in buying and selling, people who are interested in import and export, people who are interested in Shopify, right? Must be interested in freight forwarding services, right? So with that, our audience size is somewhere around 800, somewhere around I think over 8 million people. So you can see that audience size over here, and this is being pre-populated by Facebook based on the fields that you have selected. Now, generally speaking, your audience size should be somewhere between 2 million to 10 million. If it is less than 2 million, which implies that you are not targeting enough number of people. At the same time, if your audience size is more than 10 million people, it implies that you are not targeting a niche audience. I mean, there can be exception to this, but this is a rule of thumb. So let us have audience size between 2 million and 10 million for now. So with all that, I am hitting update, because I have already created audience. So you will get the create button, and once you create it, you will see audience over here, right? So this is our audience, which is already been created. Now in the next step, we are going to create the actual campaign. Okay, so in this step 2, basically we are going to create the actual ad campaign. So in order for us to do that, you again have to click over here and then select the ad manager. So once you hit the ad manager, you will see a screen where you can actually create the ads. All right, so then hit the create. So this will pop up where you have to provide all the details about your campaign, about your ad set and the ad. So just so that you know, a campaign can have a multiple ad set, and ad set can have multiple ads. So if you don't understand this, which is fine, what I'm going to do is, like I mentioned before, I will come up with a very detailed video about Facebook ads as well. Okay, so for now I'm just adding a campaign name. I will say demo freight forwarding, and then buying type, keep it auction. Okay, and I will park it there for now, and I will visit in details once I have detailed video. Now our campaign objective will be leads, right? So there are various different campaigns that have different objectives. Now we are going to select the lead generation for our campaign. I will not go with the daily budget, rather I will choose the lifetime budget, so that we have better control over our budget. And for now I'm just keeping like $700. You can have like $100 or whatever your budget may be. And then your ad set name, so I will have the same ad set name for now. So it says it should be demo freight forwarding. And just I'm selecting my page, which is digitize IO, and Facebook provides terms related to ads. So if you not have accept, please go and accept it, and then the ad name. So I will say lead generation for demo. Okay, once I'm done, I will hit save draft. Okay, so now I have my campaign created. So this is my campaign. This is the ad set. Now ad set is the one where you actually provide your audience. So what is our audience over here? So we'll go with the saved audience, freight forwarding. So I'm just adding over here. So I now have saved audience, which is tagged with this campaign, and then all I have to do. So now once everything is done, you hit finish. Once the lead is published, what I recommend is just watch this campaign for 7 days, and within that 7 days look at the conversion. So at the end of the 7 days, if your conversion rate is 10% or more than that, it means that your product not only has the market demand, but within your target audience, it has a space to basically sell. So just watch for the conversion rate, and it should be at least 10% or more than that.
Hi everyone, thank you for watching video. I hope you now understand how to validate a B2B services related idea leveraging a Facebook lead generation tool. If you like this video, please do hit like button. If you have any comments, any queries, any questions, please do mention into the comment section below. If you want me to validate any of your idea, please reach out to me at the email address mentioned in the about section of this channel. If you have not subscribed so far, please do subscribe this channel. I will come back with another video pretty soon. Till then, bye.